Hello, lovely Dylusionists. Welcome to the studio. Come on in, come on in. It's much better weather today. Much better weather. So it is later in the day. I'm sorry if you've been waiting, but Jay's been in the studio filming cards for Halloween. So I said, don't worry about it. I'll come down later. So what day are we? Hang on. We're on 1, 2, 3, day 4. Okay, this was day 1. The canvas. If you've just seen this video now, this is part of a series. So that was part 1. This was part 2, doing the baby wipe technique. This was yesterday. This was part 3. This was the blocking technique, and you didn't see me finish the my charger just came out. You didn't see me finish the bottom. I just did the top and my hand was, so that's what I did on the bottom. The only difference is on the bottom one, I put the writing from the washi tape upwards, because the bottom one will always sit that way, whereas the top one, can you see, goes the other way because that's the top of the box. So that was the only difference. And again, I wrote bottom on it. I don't know why I do that. It just makes me laugh. Just makes me laugh that I write bottom on it. And then this is the ongoing. This is ongoing. We'll probably add another colour onto this. Okay, so what I'm going to do today is, just let me move those out of the way. I'm going to do some doodling with a stencil on black, and I think because I didn't do the bottom of this box, I'm going to do the bottom of here. Oh, I've got some tea on there. Oh well. So this was the box from the first day, so I'm going to paint this black and then I'm going to doodle on it, and I've chosen Tropics. This stencil is called Tropics. Okay, so that's what I've chosen. Now obviously it's not big enough to go all the way around. I could have gone for the smaller box and it would have gone round, but I'm going to show you how you can add to this. Okay, so that's the one I'm using. Any stencil works. Okay, this one here, similar, but this one is done with spring. I think it's Spring Blooms. This one, no, it's not. It's called Field of Daisies. Oh, I can't remember. Anyway. So first of all, I'm going to paint it black, and I was going to use the same blending tool that I used last time, but I think Jay's tied it up. She's tied it up and I can't see it. So never mind, we'll get a fresh one. But normally I would just use it until the foam drops off. I can't see it anywhere, so I think she must have tied it up. Okay, so always 2 thin coats, and I usually start by just adding some straight on, okay, because I'm doing a big area. If I was doing a big page or a big area like this, I just add it straight onto the top. Okay, I'm going to put a tiny bit more there, just because it's easier. Okay, and then we'll add some onto the sides. You don't need as much when you're adding it on the sides. And again, we're going to do 2 coats, 2 light coats. Okay, never try to do a thick coat of paint because it won't look right and it just takes forever to dry. 2 thin coats. Look, this is dry. Look at that. That's dry. 2 thin coats are much better. I've got more boxes that I'm going to do later on in the week, so I can reuse the blending tool. Okay, again, you can paint the inside if you like. This is slightly different. The inside is slightly shiny, okay, because it's like a shiny board wrapped in this gorgeous outer. So this will be shiny. I think I showed you one on the first day. So if you paint the inside, it will be. You could always put a piece of paper in there, you know, if you wanted to. I just leave them because they're just full of my stuff. So I'm going to do it again, but this time I'm just going to start on the side. I don't know why. So second coat. And there you go. Look, that's all you need. Can you see how much darker that is compared to that? So second coat always looks better, and we're going to doodle over the top. So sorry, if you are coming to my workshop at Ranger, we'll be doing lots of different ones. So there we go. But I don't know far. Can't remember if I've done that one. Gosh. Anyway, if it's got an extra, it's got an extra. I don't think, because it would have dried. Right, and let's do the back again. Not much cleanup because I did it straight on the top. Now I am going to waft it, just waft it briefly, because otherwise I won't be able to doodle on. This is not my favourite thing to do. I would always suggest that you maybe do 3 or 4 and then it's going to dry on its own. Okay, but it is what it is. So just a bit, I'm not thoroughly, I'm just there we go. Okay, let's unplug that. So now we're going to transfer the stencil on there, and you could do this in pencil if you wanted. You could do it in a white paint pen. This is going to be multicoloured. I wouldn't suggest you do lots of the different colours to start with, because you're going to get confused. Okay, so either do it in pencil, or one of my favourite things for using at the moment is a grey gel pen. I hate white gel pens. Oh, that's black. Really do not like white gel pens, and they never work very well. Oh, let me go look over here. But grey is amazing. Any shade of grey. Here's some. Look at the different shades of grey here. I've got all 3 of those are different. I like Sakura, but it's up to you. But I like a Sakura gel pen. Now, the reason I would do it with a gel pen rather than a white Posca is a Posca pen, although it's not thick, if I'm going to go over it with colours, these are the same width, and sometimes you see bits of the white coming through, whereas this is a thinner nib than this, so I can do it in this and then I can go over it with the colours. Okay, so that is my, oh, I'm putting the wrong, I'm like, why doesn't that lid go on? It's because I've put the wrong lid on. Okay, so I'm just going to put it centrally like so, and the first thing I'm going to do, I'm just going to check it's working, and the first thing I'm going to do is I'm just going to outline what's on the top. I'll do the bending over of it later. Don't press too hard with a gel pen. We don't want to make grooves in the actual paint. You know, I see some people going really hard. If you haven't got like a gel pen or anything, a pencil will be fine. You can even do it with a black pen, you know, because it will show up on the paint. you see? It's not, you know, jumping out in your face, but you can see it, which is what we want. Of course, you could just paint your own. You know, you don't have to use, have I done that one? No, you don't have to use a stencil. You can come up with your own designs. I do know this is all going to go wrong when I try and do the sides with my gammy hand. Oh, dear, dear, dear. It's all fun, isn't it? Luckily, it gets worse as the day goes on, so I try to do the important things during the day. On a night time, there's not a lot of point. I can live with that, that's fine. I've been for more tests this morning, so fingers crossed. It's just a waiting game. The NHS is a wonderful institution, but very slow. So anyway, okay, so hopefully you can see there. And then what I want to do is I want to line it back up, oops, and just fold it over and do the sides. Okay, that's that side, and this, oh sorry, I want this bit here. La, da, da, da. Da, da. When you're doing the edges, just do like that line and that line. Don't do the end, because we're going to, can you see here? Because we're going to make that go further. So then again, when I say line it up on the front like so, and then bend it over. And again, I'm just going to the end. I'm not drawing that end line because we are going to extend it, okay? And then this corner here, fold it over. Or if you find that difficult, just do the top and have the sides plain. You could add some washi tape or there we go. Okay, now this side, oh, I've missed one. Oh, I've moved it. Hang on, there we go. I've missed one there, look. Line it up, fold it over. La, da, da. Give yourself a bit of artistic license as well. It doesn't have to be perfect. You can move it around. What was at the bottom? Oh, I had this at the bottom. And then at the top here, oh, not a lot at the top. So just extend that, extend that, extend that, extend that, extend that, extend that. Okay, so not a lot on that side, which is fine. Last side. Here, bend it over. I've got this. Oh no! I've done the. If you're quick, you can just rub it out with your finger or a baby wipe. I drew the bottom bit in, and I didn't want to. Okay, so there's the top and these are the sides, which look rubbish, don't they? But what you want to do is, and you can always look at the stencil to give you a hint. Oops, sorry, I've just thrown a pen. So here I'm just going to extend the petal. Okay, now on this one, I've only got half, so let's draw some more coming down here. Can you see? So just follow the design that's already on there, and then if you want to put one coming the other way, you can just add one in like that. Okay, so again, this side, this one looks quite simple, so we'll have one extending round there. Here I have a flower. Let's extend that. That one's extended, that one's there. So now maybe let's, so just draw some extra petals in, and you can just, you know, look at this for guidance. So there's the two sides. So again, here, there's half a flower. So these will come out like so. Okay. And then let's have one coming there. And then this one goes round like that. So again, we can have maybe two down there. This side, it's there. This one will come down like so. And goes round. They're very loosely drawn are these flowers, as you can see, so you'll be able to oops, add some in. Depends if you've got a gammy hand or not, doesn't it, really? There we go. Okay. So there we are. And then I'm going to decide what colours do I want to use. So I'm going to use my Posca pens, and I'm going to use the 0.7s. These are all my Posca pens. I've got loads of them in here. What's that? Oh, a black pen. There's only so many colours in this size, but I always have at least two just in case. So I think I want to use this turquoise. So let's pull the turquoise out. I want to use turquoise. Do I want to use pink? Oh, I don't know why I'm being so indecisive. Let's use apricot, because that's stood there looking at me. So turquoise, apricot, and yeah, I'll go for pink. Turquoise, apricot, pink. Wonderful. Okay. The reason I've got more than one of each in here is one will be near the end, one will be dying. That one's okay. One will be very fresh. Both of those seem to be okay. Like with these pinks. Brand new one. Not used yet. One that's quite fresh. Old one. So that's why I have them there. And it's usually, if I was at home all the time, I would just have one pen. I would use it till it had gone. But because I'm always travelling, I don't want to be left with a pen that's run out. So I've always got lots of them with me. So what I normally do is, I normally go for 3 colours, because if you go for 2 colours, say I could do this one pink and this one blue, but then they end up being next to each other. So I'm going to start on the top. I'm going to start with this one, and I'm going to do this one pink, and I shall show you. Oh, picked up the wrong one. I'll show you how I go about it. Okay, so now I'm just going to trace. Come on. I'm going to trace over the grey lines. Let me swap to this one. There we go. Oh, can hear it squeaking. Sorry about that. I'm usually doing this with headphones on, so I didn't realise that it squeaked. Okay. And then just work your way around the petals. It might be, it's not coming as strong, but it could be because the paint's not cured yet. So sometimes, can you see where it's not leaving a really solid? But that's okay, because I can go over it again. So I'm going to do one of each colour first, and then decide where the others are going to be. There, that's coming better. I think the pen just needed to replenish the nib, to be honest. But as I say, 3 colours always work good. Do I always use paint pens? Yes. Why? Because I like them. I've used paint pens for nearly 30 years. In my folk art days when I was learning and I couldn't do very fine lines, I would use a Posca paint pen. You know, like if I was painting animals and I had to do the eyelashes or stuff like that, I would use a paint pen. So I've been using Posca paint pens for 30 years, and I know there are other makes on the market, and I've probably got them all, but to me, you cannot beat a Posca paint pen. It's so squeaky, it's funny. So that's the first pink flower. Okay, so then I think I'm going to do this one, and I'm going to do this one in the blue. So I always do one of each colour to start with. This one is it's not blue actually, it's called aqua green. It's like a turquoise, and it's one of my favourite. This aqua green and the apricot are my favourite colours of Poscas. Again, you could draw your own designs on. If you're good at drawing, just go to town. You know, some people need a stencil and others can just go for it. The thing with the stencil is you know it works, you know the spacing's correct. When you're doing it, the Posca pen takes a little bit time to dry, so don't be rushing too much. Be careful where your hand is, you know, plan where you're going to be. So now I'm going to go on the side. And if you go in the wrong direction, you can always just put a little bit of black Posca pen back over the top. I do that all the time. If I go slightly wrong, I just go in with the black Posca pen. Okay, so that's the first blue one. So now apricot. I think I'm going to go for this one here. This apricot is just To me, it's not an apricot colour. It's more of pure sunshine colour, but they call it apricot. It's more of vanilla custard, actually, than a pure sunshine. Come on. Oh, you have to talk to your pens as well, sorry. Talk nicely to your pens. Squeak, 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 squeak. Sorry about that. Isn't it funny? Because I never notice it normally. I've got my headphones on and I don't hear anything. Could you have gone through this stencil with paint, through a paint dabber? Of course you could. But I just wanted to doodle this. It depends what mood you're in for them all, I think. And all of these could be done on a journal cover or on a page. And if you don't have a black page in your journal, paint it black. It's just my black marble paint. It dries really, look how smooth it is. It's dried so smooth and so quick. You want something smooth when you're doodling over the top. If it was lumpy bumpy, your pen would be going like this. Okay, so and nobody's going to be looking too closely at whether you've matched going over there. Nobody's going to be bothered. And if they are, just slap them really hard and they'll never bother you again. It's just getting over that side bump. Oops. Now, I am going to be doing some more boxes in the series that start with a black base. But I think I'm going to paint them off camera because I will paint them exactly as I've done this. I don't do it any different. But it'll just save time in my videos. Okay, so, right, we've got 3 here. So what I do now is, I think to myself, right, this one, I don't want it to be yellow because it's next to this one. And I don't want it to be pink because it's next to this one. So therefore it's going to be blue. Okay. And that's how I work out what's going to be what. Sometimes you end up with 2 similar, and that's fine, you know, next to each other. But most of the time, I just think to myself, right, the blue is going to fit in. And I just do 1 flower at a time. And then I'm going to go back and I'm going to do the decoration of it, the doodling of the doodles. Doodle doodle. Let me do the side first. Looks as though 2 could have fitted in there, but that's fine. Shall I put looks as though another one could have gone down there, couldn't it? So I am going to wipe that out. Can you see? Just add some more black paint over the top. I'll carry on up here. To me, I feel as though I want an extra petal down there. I'm probably being a bit pedantic, but I'm allowed to be. So let's have another look. Right, so the centre is going to go there, and then this is going to be a short one. This will be better. Okay, and that one, and that's better. That's better. Never be afraid to change it. You know, to change what you've done. Look how easy that was. I just added some more black paint. Oops. Okay, and then I want to come this way, but I just need to wait for that to dry a little. It's funny, you can draw one way or the other. I hope I'm still under the camera for you. There we go. So now I'm going to do this one, okay? So I don't want pink, I don't want blue, so it's going to be apricot. Can you see? It's just a matter of deduction, really. But to be honest, it doesn't matter if you've got some of the same colour next to each other. Who's bothered? But this is what I subconsciously do when I'm working anything out. You know I love threes. Anything threes to me just works out perfect. And this is just another example of that. And any little touches, if they bother you, like I've made this a bit smaller, you can just go in with a black pen. In fact, I shall show you now. I don't know if you can see there where I've got a little bit of the thing. If that bothers you, just get yourself a black Posca and paint it out, and it will dry totally flat and you won't even know it was there. Easy when you know how, isn't it? I don't do anything that's difficult. Everything is simple. I can't see the point of wasting a ton of time. You see, I've done that one slightly wrong there. So just go in. Normally I will leave it. I'm not bothered if people see. I just say it's my workings out. Which way for that? My hand's at a really funny angle for there. Let's try this way around. Let's try this way around. Let's do this and then I'll do the join. If you wanted a much thicker line, you could use, this is the 1.7, but this is a 0.7, which is the 1mr. If you wanted a much thicker outline, you would use a 3m. Okay, so Now we're sort of going on to the sides a bit. So this one here on the side wouldn't be yellow, wouldn't be blue, so it's going to be pink. So let's do the top first, because they're the easiest bits are the tops. La, 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 la. Just because of the angle of the dangle, as we like to say. I think I'm going to make that go like that. Oh, that's a bit of yellow there. Missed one. Bit of apricot. Continue. Squeak, squeak, squeak. This will be funny in class when 30 odd of them are all squeaking the boxes, so to speak. It's this bit that's, I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to take this box and I'm going to rest my hand on it. Can you see? I hope that's not out of shot. I'm just resting my hand. Oops. Now, let's try. Ah, there we go. I'll go with that when it's dry. Okay, now also this one on this corner here. Oh, that looks very strange on that corner. I don't like that. So let's get rid of that one, and let's put these two in, and then I'll decide what I'm going to do. La, la, la. That's it, we'll have one go that way. And we'll draw one in. Whoops. To there. Oh, something's just fallen off the top. I won't know what it is until I can't find it. Centre in. There we go. Improvisation. Okay, and then, oops. That's better. That's so much better. See, it's not a problem to just repaint, just add, and I didn't add any extra paint, I just used the blending tool. It's there. Okay, so what next? Oh, I made a bit of a mess of that, let me go. That's better. Right, so actually looking at this, that needs to be pink, but I don't like it, so I'm just going to wipe that out. I'm just going to get rid of whatever was I'd drawn down there, because those two, yeah, okay. So Here we go. This is going to be blue because it's next to the pink and the apricot. That's a strange shaped petal, but do you know what? I think it's got crushed in the making of the box. I've learned not to judge, not to worry. It always looks amazing at the end. And if it doesn't, and it bothers you, paint it black again and start again. This hard bit. It's this. Sorry, I'm having to put it near me, but hopefully you can. My hand's not really. Oh, it did it. It did it. Okay. So then this one here must be pink because I've got blue and yellow. Do you see? Yeah. So then at the side here, this must be yellow because this is pink, these are blue. Again, if there's somewhere I've changed my mind about, just go over it with a black pen. Nobody's going to inspect your box anyway, you know. That's too much there. Let me just... So this is going to be pink. So let's have that coming up like that. La 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 la. Sorry if I keep going out of screen. It's my blooming hand. I can only hold it at a certain angle. This must be blue. Let's have that there. And then we've got a pink coming over here. Yep, have I missed anything? There's that bit of yellow again where I painted it in. Oh, this one, which is going to be yellow. I'm at a funny angle, that's why I keep slightly disappearing off screen because I'm having to lean. There we go. Okay, and that's what we've got so far. So now I'm going to do the inners, and I think I'm going to do those orange. Yeah, so I think I'm going to do a spiral actually. The ones going around the corners of the heart is just 2 half circles, and then when you join it, just take it round like so. That's it. Brilliant. And then I'm going to add some doodles to the doodles. Okay, I'm going to have a cup of tea first. Hang on. It's imperative to have a nice cup of tea with you. So, what shall I do? I think on the blue, I'm going to do spots. So when you do spots, always include half ones as well. And you see I started down here with a half, and then I work my way up in a bit of a zigzag really, and by that I mean I've gone do 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 like so. Sometimes you'll end up with whole ones and sometimes you'll end up with half ones, but it just looks more authentic like so. I'll do all the top ones first, and then I'll go down the sides. Okay. You could just leave it as it is, but you know, I just want to put extras in there. Okay, so let's match up these sides then. So whoops, there we go. This one wants matching. Okay, that's all the blue. So with the pink think I'm going to do stripes. But I'm going to do stripes that slightly come out. Can you see? They slightly come out the side of the bloom and they sort of curve. Can you see the curving down to the centre? Just got a slight curve in them. You see, I'm just going slightly over. When you go quick, they don't always show up as much, but it's okay. Okay, that's the top. So let's need another one there, right on the fold. There we go. I can tell they're not going to show up, so I'm just going to go over them again. It's the corner ones. They always go off in a different direction, but that's fine. Who's judging apart from yourself? We're our own worst enemy. Well, I'm not my worst enemy because I don't care. But you all are your own worst enemy. Worrying about what people think if your lines aren't even. There we go. So there's all the pink. So now yellow. What should I do with the yellow? I think I'm going to do checks. Why not? So when I do checks, I'm going to bring a line from the top and a line either side. So I go down the middle and then I'm going either side. Middle, side, 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 middle, side, middle, side, side. Can you see? And I'm going to do all of those first, and then I'm going to go back to put the checks. Middle, side, side. Okay. Middle, side, side. wrong angle. Never mind. Middle, side, side, middle, side, side. And this is what my head is usually doing when I'm doing my head. Is never stops. It's describing the process constantly. So my head is going middle, side, side, middle, side, side. It's ridiculous, isn't it? But that's what it does. Does anybody else do that? Oh, I did side, middle, side there. That threw me a bit. Middle, side, side, middle, side, side. Okay. I could leave it like that. It looks quite nice like that, doesn't it? But I'm going to do these as well. I'm going to make it checked. But this time, I'm going to keep inside the petal. So that, I mean, the odd line might go outside by mistake, but I'm going to keep these lines in. You know where these have come over the top? These I'm going to... Oops, she says just 2 came straight out. Nice. And you could colour them in if you wanted. I'm going to leave them. I'm going to leave them like this, but you could colour these in with your Posca pens, you know, so this could be, but I like lots of black. Forgot what I was doing there. There you go. Did you see? It all came out and I just wiped it off. Mistakes are so easy to rectify. I mean, it's a box. It's not the Mona Lisa. This is not going to be handed down from generation to generation. It's a box and you'll either use it yourself with all your treasures or your cutouts in, or you'll pass it on to somebody else. And when you pass something on to somebody else, it's none of your business what they do with it. You just have to let it go. Same as if you give this a gift to somebody and you put it in a box like this and then they go thank you and chuck the box. It's not really your, you know, you've just got to, once you give a gift, you've given it, and it's up to the person who receives that gift what they do with it. You might get annoyed, you might be like, oh, pfft. but I mean, how would anybody get rid of these boxes, you know? Especially if you tell them, oh, I haven't doodled that. They'll think you're amazing if you give a gift. You don't have to put much in. How about decorating a set of boxes for somebody? That would be a brilliant present, wouldn't it? You know, just... oh, my hand, let's go that way and then catch it on the way back. That would be a really good gift for somebody, a set of decorated boxes. I'm done. Okay, so I think I'm going to add a bit more. So I'm going to take the pink and I'm going to put dots around the circles. You could stop at whatever, whenever you think, but I can't stop because it's me. little things that just, you know, make a difference. And you can stop at any time. Or if your hand hurts, you know, if you're not used to doing things like this, your hand will start to ache by now. I can go on forever because this is what I spend a lot of my days doing. Just dots. Don't press hard when you're doing this because you won't get a dot, you'll get a big blob. So it's just gentle little dots. I'm touching the box and lifting off. I'm not pressing down at all. La, 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 la. And what do you think I'm saying in my head? Dot, 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 dot. I am. People, it's really funny. I think you either hear a running monologue or you don't. So those who don't just think it's really weird. I liken it to the soundtrack of my life going off all the time, having the radio on constantly in the background. Everything I think, I subconsciously say up in my head. Even when I'm walking, I can be going left foot, right foot, left foot, right foot. Oh dear. And I thought everybody did that. I didn't realise that some people, the brains didn't work like that. The only time my brain is still not like that is if I've got my headphones in and listening to talking books, and it's such a relief. And one of the reasons why I listen to so many talking books, because my internal monologue stops. Okay, let's do the sides now. Dots take longer to dry, so just be careful when you tip it over that they are dry. So calming. Be more calming if I had my headphones on, but and other people, this would drive them to distraction, and that's fine. No, oh, I've just smudged it, you see. What did I say? I said it and then ignored my own advice. I'm just going to have to put those dots in again. All it's done is, it's not really smudged, it's just blotted them a little bit. Just those few there. Okay, so let's just go back in. Not a problem. Sorted. So let's go this side because then the wet bit's here and I'm not likely to put my hand in it. They don't take long to dry. I'm going to go this way. The other thing I do, if I'm not going dot, 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 I'm going 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Oh, my arm's cramping. Oh no, let me just get this bit finished, please, please, please. The cramps in my arms, they're like contractions. If you've ever had contractions, they just go, they blow up. They come harder and harder, and then they disappear, and it's... Sometimes I think the baby's crowning. And other days it's not too bad, but hopefully they'll get to the bottom of it soon. At least, as I keep saying, I'm thankful it's my left arm and not my right arm. Okay, there's all the dots. Have I finished, or do I want to do something else? I think I'm going to put some stripes around the yellow ones. You see, I'm just a glutton now. So I'm going to put like a running stitch around the apricot. And I'm using the orange, which I've already used. The orange is what I did the centres with. So it's already there on the box. See, at any stage I could have stopped and it looked good, but I don't know the meaning of the word. You just do what you feel you want to do. But as you can see, nothing I've done so far is complicated. It's just one little easy thing, and then another little easy thing, and then another little easy thing. I feel I'm going to have to add some blue into this one though. I can see it coming. Will it be dots? Will it be lines? What will it be? See, in my head I'm going line, 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 line. And if you ever watched League of Gentlemen, lines and lines and lines and lines. If you haven't watched League of Gentlemen, you will not have a clue, and it's practically impossible to explain that. League of Gentlemen was like a very cult program that you either loved or hated. Absolutely no in between. But yeah, and lines and lines and lines and lines. Right, let's get the sides done. Lines dry quicker than dots, so as we go around the sides it should be dry. I'm actually thinking of adding one more colour in, because this has got blue and pink, so I don't want to put blue. Oh, I could put the yellow in. I could put the yellow. We're all right. We're okay. We're okay. I didn't want two lots of blue and pink. Done. Right, so am I going to put yellow in here? And what am I going to put? Maybe I just want dots on the top of each line, like so. I feel as though the lines need to be stronger, so let me just, that's better. I just feel, the thing is, you see, when you go straight onto the black, everything's not as bright. So you either would have used the grey pen to do the stripes and then put the pink over the top, or you're having to do two coats like this. Most people won't be bothered, but I'm a little bit pedantic in some ways with my doodling. My doodling. Right, here we go. And then each one's got two colours. Maybe I should finish this off screen. I bet you're fed up of seeing me doing dots and lines, but you could always fast forward to the end. I won't be long now. I've just got one more thing I'm going to add in. But I'm not introducing a new colour. I'm going to keep the same colour. I'm going to use the orange. Oh, I haven't gone over those in the pen, never mind. But you get the gist. So the last thing I'm going to do is every now and again, I'm just going to put 3 little circles. So any sort of bigger spots Doesn't always have to be 3, but I do use 3s a lot. You see? Okay. So that's a doodled box. I'm going to finish off these sides, go over this pink again and finish off these sides. And I'll show you the finished result in the next one. But basically that's what it's going to be. And then this is going to go over the top. It's going to be the base. Whoops. It's going to be the base of that box. So what I might do is I might do a running stitch round the edge of here with the 3 cut. In fact, I'm going to. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm going to put the orange as well. And the reason I'm doing 5s is, can you imagine if I was just doing 1, and then I'm going to repeat and I'm going to do that all the way around as well. And then the 2 have a little bit of match top and bottom. Okay, so there you go. I'll finish it off and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.